Luther King Jr. was born on January 15th, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. He grew up in the sweet Auburn neighborhood, a vibrant center of Black life and culture. His father, Martin Luther King Sr., was a prominent Baptist minister, and his mother, Alberta Williams King, was a teacher. They instilled in him a deep sense of faith and an awareness of the injustices faced by African Americans. Young Martin, nicknamed ML, was a curious and intelligent child, often questioning why segregation and discrimination existed. King attended segregated schools and graduated from Booker T. Washington High School at the age of 15. He was an exceptional student, and his academic talents earned him a place at Morehouse College, a prestigious, historically Black college in Atlanta. At Morehouse, he studied sociology and became deeply influenced by the college president, Dr. Benjamin E. Mays, a theologian and outspoken advocate for racial equality. Mays' mentorship helped shape King's moral vision and commitment to social justice. In 1948, King graduated from Morehouse and went on to study at Crozer Theological Seminary in Chester, Pennsylvania. At Crozer, he encountered the works of Mahatma Gandhi, whose philosophy of nonviolent resistance would become central to King's approach to social change. King graduated as valedictorian in 1951 and decided to pursue a doctoral degree in theology at Boston University. While in Boston, he met Coretta Scott, a talented musician and activist from Alabama. The two married in 1953 and went on to have 4 children: Yolanda, Martin III, Dexter, and Bernice. In 1954, King became the pastor of Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. His leadership and eloquence quickly gained attention, but it was the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955 that propelled him to national prominence. The boycott began when Rosa Parks, an African-American woman, was arrested for refusing to give up her seat on a segregated bus. King was chosen to lead the boycott, which lasted for 381 days. Despite facing arrests, threats, and violence, the campaign succeeded when the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that bus segregation was unconstitutional. This victory established King as a prominent leader in the civil rights movement. In 1957, King co-founded the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC, an organization dedicated to achieving civil rights through nonviolent means. As president of the SCLC, King led numerous campaigns to combat segregation and racism. He traveled extensively, delivering speeches, organizing protests, and advocating for voting rights. His leadership was instrumental in the success of campaigns such as the Birmingham Campaign in 1963, which brought national attention to the brutal tactics used against peaceful protesters. One of the most defining moments of King's life came on August 28, 1963, during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Standing before a crowd of more than 250 people at the Lincoln Memorial, King delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. In this powerful address, He envisioned a future where people would be judged by the content of their character rather than the color of their skin. The speech resonated deeply with audiences worldwide and remains one of the most celebrated orations in history. King's efforts culminated in significant legislative achievements. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed segregation in public places and banned employment discrimination, was a landmark victory for the movement. The following year, the Voting Rights Act of 1965 was passed, ensuring protections for African Americans' right to vote. These victories earned King international recognition, including the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. At just 35 years old, he became the youngest recipient of the prize at the time. Despite these successes, King's journey was fraught with challenges. He faced constant threats, was arrested multiple times, and was criticized by both opponents and allies. Some civil rights activists argued that his nonviolent approach was too slow, while others accused him of being too radical. Nevertheless, King remained steadfast in his commitment to justice and equality. In the later years of his life, King expanded his focus to include issues of economic inequality and opposition to the Vietnam War. He launched the Poor People's Campaign in 1967, aiming to address poverty across all racial and ethnic groups. King believed that economic justice was essential to achieving true equality, and he worked tirelessly to highlight the interconnectedness of racial injustice, poverty, and militarism. On April 3, 1968, King delivered his final speech, "I've Been to the Mountaintop," in Memphis, Tennessee. He was there to support striking sanitation workers, fighting for fair wages and better working conditions. In his speech, King reflected on his own mortality and expressed his unwavering faith in the movement's eventual success. The following evening, on April 4, 1968, King was assassinated by James Earl Ray as he stood on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel. His death sent shockwaves across the world and sparked riots in more than 100 U.S. cities. King's legacy endures as a symbol of hope, justice, and the power of nonviolent resistance. His birthday, January 15th, is celebrated as a federal holiday in the United States, and his teachings continue to inspire movements for civil rights and social justice globally. Monuments, schools, and streets bear his name, serving as a reminder of his enduring impact on the world. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life was a testament to the transformative power of love, courage, and unwavering dedication to the pursuit of equality.